Mike Schlupp, pole position from Ross Marshall. Marcus Pett and Nick Price on row 2 from Stephen Traherne and Ben Mahoney. Fourth row, Chris Needham with Tyler Reid, the championship leader. Then it is Ollie Schlupp, Nathan Anthony next up from Jack Parker and Chris Dewey. Following them, Will Gibson and Connor Mills, Mark Beattie and Peter Barrowborn, row 8. Row 9, Trevor Krause, the American, and Owen Lawler next up from Matt Knight and Luke Simmons. The grid completed by Derek Hogan, David Boxer and James Pendleton. I got through that quicker than I thought I was going to. That was handy.
Very good for you, that, mate. That was very fast.
Not as fast as these boys.
Oh, look at them. They're already ready to go. So this is into Sunny Inn, isn't it? So they're all trying to just get line astern, because once they get to the complex, like we know, Richard, it's a rolling start and they're going to be flat out. I can't wait for this.
This is going to be good. Since you all saw the National Legends cars last time, they've got a new engine on board, or many of the cars have the new engine, which is the 3-cylinder water-cooled engine, which has come in for this year. It's a little bit quicker than the old air-cooled ones, the way it's turned out. We've still got some air-cooled runners in there, and we'll try and keep you abreast of who's in what. Potentially, there's about 8 classes we could cover off here with Pro, Master, Rookie, water-cooled, air-cooled, and overall, and everything else. But I think we're going to focus on the Elite Cup, which is 3 key meetings. Last year it was the 3 touring car meetings, but for this one, this year, Elite Cup is the American Speed Fest at Brands Hatch, which is a massive meeting. British GT, the Legends supported this year as well. That was one of their Elite Cup rounds, and they're wrapping up with us. They've come to save the best till last. So the safety car bringing them around and getting ready for their rolling start. 2 shorter races will precede a longer final with the top point scorers at the back. The grid was drawn by ballot, remember, so it's a balloted grid, and the star drivers are absolutely everywhere through the field. Mike Schlupp, though, on pole position with Ross Marshall, the former double Scottish Legends car champion, who gets tagged by Schlupp. Did something break on Schlupp's car? I'm glad I got the line in about Ross before he went in the wall. Double champion, that was not his fault. And going through into the lead is Chris Needham, who's come through from row 4. Is that going to be an early safety car?
It's got to be. There's no way they can keep racing with 2 cars in the wall, because there's broken suspension parts. It could be a red flag, because it's going to be difficult to get two cars out of the way in the tow. Let's just hope nobody else has an accident here while they're still trying to figure out a safety car. Weird that, though. They did squeeze around, didn't they, at the front? Yellows are out, safety car is out. Hands out the cockpit, spot on from the drivers there.
The number 1 car you can see there.
Oh no!
Yeah, Derek Hogan tagged someone in. The pink car tagged another car going down towards Tower, as Mike Schlupp. That's not Mike Schlupp, that's the 99 car, which is Owen Lawler over from Dublin. Top rookie, actually, top newcomer this year. Although he's not rookie, he has raced Irish Legends, but he's a National Legends rookie. A couple of the other guys, like David Bonser and James Pendleton, are first-year circuit drivers, so they're sort of rookies, but we respect the fact that he's the rookie champion or rookie championship leader in the Nationals. Shame yesterday we didn't get a safety car yesterday, and as soon as we put the cameras on them, away we go, isn't it? Yeah,
I watched the racing yesterday. It was amazing. I watched the first corner with the fans, which was great. So those
your fans or the Legends fans?
no. Legend and me do not go together. But so what happened at the start then? So Mike Schlupp on your left. There's no squeezing, is there? Oh, there was a little jink, wasn't there, from the 33 of Mike Schlupp? And Ross Marshall, who moved first? They're very close at the start. Did they both move? That's really weird. It's as if he drove left really aggressively, and obviously that would not happen. So
Mike wouldn't do that.
There wasn't contact from the rear for him, was there? Do you know what? Was there?
I don't know. Marcus Pett's behind him. Marcus knows how to start these cars.
These guys are not. They're not. Do you know, it didn't even look like a touch. The car just broke left horrendously. I mean, you can't see if there's any damage on the rear of the car, because they have the bars on the back, obviously, for the bump drafting, which they're not allowed to do anymore.
They are.
They are. They're not in.
They're in the Scottish Championship. It's not allowed to in the Scottish, but the National Championship we do get bump drafting, and that's not pushing, and it's not bumping somebody out of the way. It's just making a connection between the front of your car, if you're chasing the rear of the one in front, to try and push the 2 cars through the air quicker and get a little bit of a tow and help come through. We have got a red flag, unfortunately.
Yeah, and then we had contact at the rear when everyone was slowing down, and like you say, the 99 of Owen Lawler gets turned round, doesn't he? So that was hand out the cockpit and say what's gone on there. So that was literally everyone just checking up. Some people seeing the yellows in the safety car and some people not. But like I say about the bump drafting, if it's safe, isn't it? Oh, he is not seen, has he? 2 of those guys at the back have not seen I've not seen the safety car boards, and everyone's checked up, haven't they?
The purple and green car, it's James Pendleton, one of the newcomers, ex-Army guy, really lovely guy. Bought the car, running it himself, which is a major ask to come into Legends and buy a car and come in, but no experience of circuit racing at all, and doing well in the rookies. But yeah, just didn't see that happen. That will happen with more experienced drivers as well, to be fair to James. He'll feel lousy about that, I'm sure, but and his family won't be too. But there he is, great livery, chosen by his youngsters. Joker car livery, apparently.
Yes, so it is, yeah. Tell you what, it's a lovely car. Yeah, really nice. Really good finish on it, isn't it?
Yeah.
So they're making it, so that's probably a track rod end getting played about with there. They're just trying to get the steering probably straight again. One of the right wheels will be out.
Here's how they line up for our restart with, well, we were due Mike Schlupp and Ross Marshall on the front, but they sadly out of it. Marcus Pett, therefore, starts pole with Nick Price alongside. Stephen Traherne and Ben Mahoney on the second row. Then it's Chris Needham and Tyler Reid, championship leader, from Ollie Schlupp, third in the championship. Then Nathan Anthony, second meeting of the year for Nathan in the van. Then it's Jack Parker and Chris Dewey on row 6. Chris with 2 non-finishes yesterday, looking for better luck today. Will Gibson, yesterday's race 3 winner on row 7, second in the championship. Next to him, the man who led the championship coming in this weekend, Connor Mills. 2 non-starts for him yesterday. A lot of work to do there. Mark Beattie and Peter Barrable next up from Trevor Krause, who's over from America. Need to talk about him as well. Owen Lawler is next on row 9 in 99. Matt Knight next up from Luke Simmons. Derek Hogan we've already seen. David Bonser in the number 10 car, and James Pendleton starting from pit road. Whether we'll get a chance, you could come up with a story for each of these drivers. That, you know, they're such a good bunch, and it was a real comparison for you. I went round the paddock this morning. I'll come back to this story later because it's a good one, but we'll talk about the guys that are on front. Marcus Pett, who had an injury in the Legends round at Knockhill 2 years ago involving the sausage curbs, which I know people spit nails about, and rightly so, and looked at other forms of racing, but he has come back to Legends, and he was third overall yesterday on the points. Alongside him is Nick Price, and that's Jamie Moylan's car. I was talking about Jamie earlier on. So the white 34, ex-short track racer, and his ex-short track colleague David Bonser, who's at the back of the grid for this drawn race, was telling me that none of the skills they learned on short track, short oval racing, have helped them in Legends. Wow, that's really surprised me.
Very surprising, especially I've done a little bit of that myself. But
you have, yeah.
Yeah, that surprises me. Right, this, please be a clean start, because I'm looking forward to this racing.
Yes, the Overlord Gal will be looking, and if it goes wrong again, it'll be Reds, won't it, and move on. But I'm sure it'll be good. We had 3 great races yesterday. So Marcus Pett on pole position in the gunmetal coloured car. The white car of Nick Price is alongside. Then it's Stephen Traherne, former champion. Ben Mahoney is on his outside. Traherne, the former champion, not Ben. Tyler Reid in red makes a move, splits to the right of screen and goes round to the outside. But it's Marcus Pett that leads them. Traherne in the white and green car on the inside, number 12, looking to try and get up into second place. Doesn't work. Price holds second. Tyler Reid's made a lot of ground. The white and orange car's the number 1 is Will Gibson, the reigning champion. He's second in this series, and down behind him Trevor Krause, the young American driver, having his first race in the UK this weekend, his first race meeting in the UK.
Yeah, great start that, wasn't it? And we've got Pendleton just joining up at the rear, but Pett has really got this nailed, and they're still battling here for second place, and Tyler Reid down the inside in the red car. Yeah,
Tyler took 2 wins yesterday. I think he was 4th in the 3rd race, or final, call it what you will, and he was the top point scorer, so consolidated his lead in the Elite Cup Championship. And Pett here is determined to grab a win. He switched over a couple of metres ago from the air-cooled engine to the water-cooled to keep up on pace with the faster front runners. So there is a little bit of disparity with the air-cooled runners who we'll see probably slip back in the reverse grid. But at the moment, Stephen Traherne, former champion, giving Marcus Pett a run for his money.
Yeah, definitely. Look at them all bouncing off that grass on the exit. A sunny big sideways in the background. But really impressive stuff from Pett, because usually someone will have a nibble at you for the lead early doors, but it's all happening in the middle of the pack.
Nick Price has done a good first lap. You know, that 4th place, he's second-year driver, still learning his Legends trade. That was a good, mature first lap from Nick Price in 34. He's being tagged by Ollie Schlupp, who's 3rd in the championship, so he'll be sad to see his dad out of the race, and will be concerned, I suspect, as well. But he's going to try and deliver for the Mickle Motorsport team now as they go down the straight. It's Pett leading from Traherne. Stephen Traherne, the 2011 champion, came back a couple of years ago after a huge break, still competitive. And gunning for the lead, 13 is Chris Needham. Bit of a character is Needham, but look, Tyler Reid's with them now. We've got 3 top men at the front of this field.
Yeah, they're really going for it through the chicane, and them tyre stacks help not being there. But look at this now, there's that bump draft. Gibson pushing on through. That was proper stuff. Needham was loving that, getting a little helping hand as they went into...
Pet's got down to 3rd.
Oh, wow. How's he done that? Look at Tyler Reid in the second car there, that red car. He's really pushing on now, and this is where it's going to get real tasty into the Jim Clark S's.
Tyler and Stephen know each other very, very well indeed. They will work together. It's not to say that they're mortal enemies of Marcus Pett, far from it. They love and respect Marcus and indeed each other on the grid. And there is Traherne in the number 12. So I was talking to Trevor Krause, the American, this morning, very professional, as you expect young Americans to be. Then went and had a chat with Stephen Traherne. And what was he talking to me about? The 30-second cracker challenge. How many crackers can you eat in 30 seconds? And it just moves from that. But it's fun. That's what I'm saying. The guys are fun. They like a bit of it. But Stephen's proving it doesn't matter how many crackers you eat, you can still lead a race.
Yeah, definitely. And you can lead the race with a big slide as well. Traherne really early on that throttle. Watch that second car. Big power slide out of there last time, but then he got really nice and sensible drive out the corner. And the rest of them, I'd like to say sensible, but it's not happening. That's the 22, isn't it? That's Matt Knight. Oh.
Yeah. Oh, Owen Lawler has another one.
Owen's had a bit of a nightmare, isn't he? But look at this, Traherne really pushing on now.
Oh!
No, that's big news.
Ollie is off, back on.
Oh, his left rear is causing him a load of grief.
Not
there.
good.
No,
Nickel Motorsport are not having the rub of the green here.
Oh, big send over the chicane.
He must feel
curve.
that. He must feel that.
Oh, must do. Big send over the curve. That's hard work, that, when you bounce over them curves like that. Here we go, leaders side by side. Tyler Reid is in front already.
Tyler Reid in the lead here for the first Legends race of the day. The championship, that's Dave Boxer that I was talking about in the number 10, the multiple Grand Prix Midgets racing champion from the short ovals. As we go back there, Nick Price getting stuck in. Nathan Anthony in the first full van's Savan. It's got pegged inside, so a little van racing. And good to see Nathan back with us here in the National Legends.
Yeah, that's great stuff, isn't it? Was it contact or was it a spin? Oh, it looked like a little bit of contact, didn't it?
Yeah, Matt Knight, I think maybe just got tagged. It's close quarter racing, and that was the incident for Ollie.
He actually made a place there, didn't he? In the crowd.
He didn't give it back either.
No.
The protests will be out, won't they? He didn't give the place back. So it's Tyler Reid out front, Stephen Traherne in second place, Marcus Pett started on pole now as Ollie Schlupp dives down the inside, passes Pett for 3rd. Probably won't necessarily finish that way because these guys do race by definition, they do swap places.
Yeah, do swap places quite a lot, but that was a big lunge, to be fair. That was a stamp of authority, especially down there. It was a good move, but like you say, they sometimes just stay line astern so they don't get caught by other cars behind them, and then they'll dice out on the last lap. It's getting that way now, isn't it? They're getting closed up.
They are, and the drivers will be thinking, yes, they want to win this race, but also they're looking at the bigger picture, which is about all the Stephen Traherne. Yeah, all crossed up there. That's not going to help him really because he's scrubbing off speed, and Ollie Schlupp says thanks very much, puts the K-Seal car over and past and up into second position. Now we're going to see even more of a fight as Marcus Pett has been passed by Will Gibson and the reigning champion car number 1.
Oh, look at this now, look at Traherne and Ollie Schlupp. This is proper. Oh, side by side through the Jim Clark S's. How's your bravery? Well, there it is! And contact at about a 1er. Oh, fair play. There's 4 of them having a go. Schlupp's been sent to the back of the pack.
As he was having a gun for the outside. Chris Needham, the former supercar superstar, is in the mix as well. They're in the 13. Many of the drivers, as I mentioned, started off the season with the air-cooled engines and maybe didn't score as well as they might have done at the opening rounds, Donington Park and so on. So some of them played catch-up, including Marcus Pett, who did switch to the new one. And it's a different weight distribution on the car with the new engine because it's lighter, different gear changes, different braking with the new engine. So you have to, in some way, you don't have to relearn the car, but you have to learn a lot about how they now handle.
Yeah, exactly that. Black and white flag going out for number 4. That's Parker. So he's had a bit of a nightmare. If he has another track limits infringement, he's in a bit of trouble.
Yeah, Jack, one of the drivers, had a few bits and bobs with the new engine, hasn't had the rub of the green this year. You do need everything to work for you in terms of winning a championship. You need to drive well, you need to have reliability and everything else that goes with it. And Reid, if we can say he's got one hand on the trophy at the moment, and potentially, you know, he might have, has done well. He's been well prepped, he's driven superbly well. Here we go, change for 5th place maybe going on. Will Gibson in white and orange, looking for the outside run here on the number 13. Let's see whether he can get past Chris Needham. Needham on the inside, and they're still side by side.
Honestly, Richard, when you get to this point, you're side by side into the Jim Clark-esque. This is horrible. Hang on a minute. What's that big tree doing on the side of the... That's the apex then, isn't it? Oh, Schlupp to the inside. Ryan isn't going to like that. Oi, oi, oi. These boys are brave.
They are. Some great races. Tyler Reid's checked out, though. Look at that. You can see why he's leading the standings at the moment. He's going to extend the 110-point advantage that he's got. But bear in mind what happened to Connor Mills with 2 non-starts yesterday. The man who led this championship, as off goes Ollie Schlupp, has a big moment off onto the grass and loses a shed load of places.
Well, you're going to say something else then, lad?
Not quite.
I tell you what, something's gone on there, because I don't know if there's a little bit of contact. He didn't lose the rear on his own by the looks of it.
He's not been happy, is he, in this one?
No,
not looking right for Ollie Schlupp, and he's way down. And that's the thing about legends. If you have a moment, as I'll come back to the point I was making, was leading the championship, 2 non-starts, bang, down in 7th.
Yeah.
Game over.
Yeah, game
with
over.
1 day.
Exactly that.
Oh, Trevor Krause having a look there at Peter Baraball, the reigning Masters champion, and the 19-year-old American goes through in the 52 car. Will Gibson normally is 51, the teammate. He's 19 years of age, the American driver. OK, well, we'll come back to him later, because his teammate Will Gibson now in the white and orange number 1. This is for 2nd position, and it is Gibson now who's come up. Took the race 3 win yesterday.
That's going to be a big
Jack
hit.
Parker.
Oh, how has he missed the tyres?
Oh, did he go over? He went up on 2 wheels, didn't he?
He's lucky there. He's lucky there.
They're actually tractoring in that field at the moment as well. It's very lucky. This is the last lap. Let's come back to this. Tyler Reid is a done deal. It's all about P2 here. Traherne having a look. It's nice and wide as they go into the corner there. Marcus Pett up behind him, but Will Gibson holding P2 at the moment.
Yeah, he's got it nailed, I think, but you never know, do you? You only need to drop a left rear on this sunny out exit, which he doesn't do, but Tyler Reid in the lead.
Yeah, it's 15 points more he gains here by taking win over 2nd. Trevor Krause having a go here in the car that could be team champion at the end of the day. Trevor Krause, even though he's the only one that's driven the 52, is having a good go at Marcus Pett, who hasn't looked quite as sharp in this one. Whether he did have contact in the first start, I don't know. But Tyler Reid is about to buzz the pit wall and take the checkered flag here at Croft to win our first race of the day. Reid, the championship leader, takes it. 2nd position goes to Will Gibson. Chris Needham 3rd. Stephen Traherne in 4th place from Marcus Pett. Trevor Krause from the back of the grid, Paul, up into 6th place from Peter Baraball, and Ollie Schlupp recovering for 8th.
Super impressive drives by a lot of the guys there, but Tyler Reid, masterclass. But Krause, that was a real tasty race from him, and weirdly, because he's not been here, round the outside of a lot of the corners where UK guys wouldn't do that.
Well, yeah, possibly. We'll expand on that in race 2, because I think he's starting on the front for race 2 with the reverse grid, but he came through from the back. Tyler Reid has got a fair amount of work to do in race 2 to start from nearer the back. I think he was in row 4 in this one, row 3 on the restart, wasn't it?
Oh.
And that is Jack Parker. I feel for Jack. He's had a very frustrating year. He's our reigning elite champion, so he's our reigning champion for the elite. He was, I think, runner-up in the overall last year. Here's a replay.
What happened? That looks like a failure, you know.
Would it be a few diffs have gone, I think?
Yeah,
or
the car
gearboxes.
The car was just braking and wouldn't slow down. But look at that, he goes on its side. But then I've been off there actually in the wet. It was a really weird one, that. But I'm glad that he didn't hit the tyres, because it would have been a big.
Yeah, I was held our breath there.
Really good. But yeah, really strange. That left rear damper. The spring or the damper on that left rear has gone. You could see it flapping in the arch. So it could have been maybe a diff, but I'd say rear suspension failure. Lucky boy.
And again, Nickel Motorsport. I feel for those guys. They've got so much work to do. We wish them well, and maybe I'll get a chance to stick my head in, but I won't bother them too much. There's our winner, Tyler Reid, championship leader. Super job by the Super 6, the young man from Weedon, 21 years of age, leads the championship, was just pipped to the Elite Cup last year. You might remember the drama that unfolded with us at Donington? No, Knockhill last year, wasn't it? The Legends Cars Elite Cup was with us. The crowds do enjoy these races. They're short, they don't go on too long. There's usually loads of racing and overtaking, and you can see they really appreciate that. Here's how they finished then. So, round 9, heat 1 of the Elite Cup. Tyler Reid takes the win from Will Gibson, the reigning champion. Chris Needham was in third from Stephen Treherne and Marcus Pett. Trevor Krause from the back of the grid in sixth. Peter Barrable, leading Masters driver and looking to secure the Masters Cup here today. Ollie Schlupp next up from Connor Mills, and Luke Simmons completing our top 10. 11th goes to Nick Price. Good solid drive from Nick there to maintain his position. Mark Beattie comes through for 12th ahead of Nathan Anthony and Chris Dewey. Matt Knight recovered well too. He was 15th after that spin at the hairpin. Owen Lawler 16th from Ben Mahoney. David Bonser 18th from James Pendleton, and Derek Hogan in 20th place. Here's how they line up. Luke Simmons, the Sussex-based driver, on row 1 from Matt Knight. Another all Sussex front row in actual fact. Owen Lawler, the Irishman, next up from the American. Trevor Krause. Peter Barrable on row 3 with Mark Beattie. Beattie on row 3. I still can't say it right. Connor Mills next from Will Gibson and Chris Dewey. Then it's Jack Parker with Nathan Anthony and Ollie Schlupp back on row 6. Row 7, Tyler Reid. Looking for another win. He can do it from there as well. We've seen him do it before. Chris Needham next to him on row 7 with Ben Mahoney and Stephen Treherne, followed by Nick Price and Marcus Pett. Assuming we've had repairs, Ross Marshall and Mike Schlupp will be next up from James Pendleton. Derek Hogan is behind him, and then David Bonser completing our grid. So that's where we go. The incident we're hearing, I spoke to the drivers and a couple of the teams. The incident we saw on the start line for race 1 was a cannon, basically. This comes from John Higgins, not the snooker John Higgins, using a snooker term, but John Higgins, the multi-former champion, said it was the driver behind. But basically, it was Stephen Treherne on row 3, went into Marcus Pett on row 2, and he went into Mike Schlupp. That's what caused it. It's been deemed a racing incident, I gather.
Yeah, I mean, they've obviously got a lot more footage than we have, but I would be devastated if I was on that front row and I was turned round like that. But it's tight, it's fast, it's furious, and
it's legends.
It's legends, mate, and that's the way it goes. So yeah, let's see what happens.
So here we go, the two Sussex boys on the front row of the grid. Luke Simmons, former short oval racer, raced in Super. He was Sussex Southern champion in Super Stocks racing on the ovals back in the day. Matt Knight from Shoreham is next to him. And then we've got Trevor Krause on row 2. He's trying to get points to win the team championship, which he might well do. We'll see how he goes. Then it's Owen Lawler alongside the number 52 car, the white and orange car of the American on row 2. He's going to be difficult to beat or catch here as well. He's going to get well stuck in as we go Legends Cars Racing here at Croft for race 2 of 3. And already you can see the two team cars there, the orange and white cars. Krause hits the curb, so too does Peter Barrel. Has a big rotation in the 88 car. Barrel collects it up, and he's lost a shed load of places. Wow,
Barrel was lucky then, because that was a disastrous thing to happen in the middle of the pack. Look at that from the leader. Simmons sideways and loses that momentum, and look at that, new leader.
Yeah, that is Trevor Krause, the 19-year-old from Maine, New England. He has been 5 times New England Legends Cars champion, and he's only 19. I was doing the maths and thinking that means he won it when he was 14, which you can do in the States. Here we go, we need a new junior formula, don't we?
Exactly. Oh, that'd be good, wouldn't it?
Wouldn't it?
Proper stuff. Look at that. Looks the Krause out in the lead. He's dropping the hammer. This is proper Days of Thunder stuff.
So Krause from Luke Simmons. Matt Knight running well at the moment in 3rd. Here's a replay of the start.
Yeah, this was all getting bunched up, wasn't it? And Barrel is in the blue car. He had so that's where it all went wrong.
Treherne on the grass.
Treherne was on the grass, but he was on the grass for a long time, wasn't he? At least we're still going.
Yeah, Stephen Treherne trying to actually dicing with Barrable that we were talking about for the Masters title in this one. I've done the sums and we'll come to them if we get a breather. But Krause has got a breather at the moment, coming through the hairpin for the first time with Luke Simmons. Great to see Luke back with Legends. And he is in 2nd position with Will Gibson. So we're going to have orange and white fellas at the front very soon. Gibson will challenge the 2nd place car. Comes out flying now, looks down the inside as they go into Clervaux. Gibson in the number 1 car, up into P2.
Yeah, that's what we're used to seeing, isn't it, from Gibson coming through in that number 1. Well, Simmons was, he'll be ruining that mistake as he went through the chicane and just lost the rear end of the car. But he was lucky to hold on to it, but he lost the lead. But Krause, really impressive stuff from the young American.
The 99 car we saw very briefly there, Owen Lawler, is 270 points clear of David Bonser in the rookies, so he will sew up the League Cup rookie title by my maths in this one if he finishes the race and Bonser doesn't win it. So I don't think David is, with due respect, starting off the back. and he is in one of the air-cooled cars, so expect him to run a little bit away from the pace of the front runners who we look up now. Simmons is coming back.
Yeah, Simmons is coming back in a minute. Absolutely flat out through there. Proper stuff.
It is Connor Mills, good spot.
He was just making a really cool move there, when he momentum has been lost though, and he's passed a few people, and that's running out of road, but thankfully.
Yeah. Matt Knight again, we saw him have a moment at the hairpin in the first race. It's hard luck, Matt, and he's capable of so much more than that. And Simmons tries to close in on Gibson. Are they going to work together and try and close in on Kraus?
They're going to have to, aren't they? They've only got a few laps now, and yeah, the gap is still there, but Gibson will want this as much as anybody, but yeah, you're going to see a bit of bump drafting maybe, because otherwise Kraus will run away with this. He's very impressive, mate.
The other, yeah, very, very good indeed. The other car we need to look out for is Tyler Reid, Lightning McReid as we're called there, won race 1. He's there in the red car, a bit further back. He's got to try and get as many points over Will as changed for 4th place there. Luke Simmons passed by Ollie Schlupp. So Ollie in the K-Seal car makes it through, makes up another position. He's still in with a shout at the championship. There's Marcus Pett trying to work his way through. He's done a good job. I don't think Matt needs to be tending the car there.
Yeah, I wouldn't be doing that there. Get away from that, a little safer.
Dicing all the way down the order. James Pendleton in 7th, one of our rookies, with our Irish newcomer getting stuck in as well, which is good to see. Derek Hogan.
I tell you, Gibson's struggling a bit here. He's cracking on, but Schlupp's right on the back of him now in that number 9. So Ollie's pushing him, but Kraus is getting away.
You know, Will was telling me after race 1 this morning that the conditions are totally different to yesterday, as you would expect after the rain that we had, great deal of rain before the racing started today. And he did a good job. He got up onto the podium in race number 1 from a fair way back. And you can see he's podium position again. But Schlupp is not a teammate. Schlupp running with Mickle Motorsport, Will running with his own concern, so he'll be in two minds here. Ultimately, Gibson needs the 200 points. Oh, and it's not going to happen that way.
Wow, he's really pushing on Gibson. He's going to lose a shed load of places.
That's that for Gibson. For me, that's the championship gone.
Done. Absolutely. He's not going to recover from that. Not in the next few laps that he's got. I mean, he's lost about 5 or 6 places there. That was a nightmare. It looked like he had a long brake pedal and the car just travelled on. But look at Schlupp now in that number 9 in P2. He is now really going to hunt down Kraus.
The gap between Reid and Gibson on points was 135. Reid needs to be 200 clear at the end of this race to win the championship. He's got to get me abacus out, unfortunately.
Oh no! you keep that in your pocket.
Where's Phil Glue when you need him?
Oh no! Far away from here, thank goodness.
Our sound man said Phil's not here today. That's good, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Thanks,
no
Martin.
Formula cars. No formula
here we
cars.
go. A bit of
Mills.
bump drafting here from Chris. Oh, Chris is going to go through. Is he here? Let's have a quick look. Is Connor Mills going for the outside run, and Tyler Reid needs to be careful. The one thing he needs more than anything else is a finish.
Yeah, and when you go out the back here, you don't want to be side by side with people, because that's where you get contact. Tyler Reid just keeping a watching brief in that red car, and look now, this is not a nice position for Tyler Reid. Just stay out of trouble, my man, and he'll be fine. But yeah, he just needs to have a look at what everyone else is doing. But if you're unsighted and people get crossed up, that's where you get into trouble.
Do you know what this shot has just told me, Paul? How quality the Legends field is. We've got 5 drivers there that are all really top line drivers, and then we've got at least 3 or 4 more completely out of shot who are equal to these guys as well. But these 5 all capable of winning races, as are Kraus and Schlupp up front, and indeed the likes of Baraboo and Gibson and Traherne behind. It's such a quality field, and that shot for me just conveys that message.
Yeah, it was great. They're all line astern as well, weren't they? So they're pushing on though, but look, he's not having it his own way, is he, Ollie Schlupp? He's going to catch him up in the next lap. This is going to be a brilliant finish.
Chris Needham, best beard in the business, they're running at the moment in that P3. Is he going to get another podium here? It's Kraus from Schlupp, Needham, Simmons, Mills, the Mower-mate car of Luke Simmons. Nice to catch up with his dad again in Parc Ferme after race number 1. They're delighted in being back. They started off with the air-cooled and moved over to water-cooled, so they know that racing for the rest of the year really for fun for them, not championship. And he's going to have a look. It was a little bit of bump drafting from Connor. That was to help him get out of the way. 3 wide up into tower. Connor Mills down the inside. They both do need him, and they're still side by side.
Wow, proper this, but it could be 3 abreast now if they're not careful. This is definitely not what you want as a racing driver, because look now, the leader's been hunted down, and Kraus has got Schlupp all in his mirrors as they go two abreast, and Tyler Reid backs out of that, but Conor Mills contact from the back of the car, and I tell you, he was very fortunate that he didn't get turned round there.
Yeah, Chris Needham right on the back case of him. For these two, this is almost a replay of some racing we'd have seen at Virginia International Raceway in the States, where they had the World Championships for Legends last year, because both of these guys out front were at the World Finals. I've got to tell you that Kraus is a twice semi-pro World Champion in Legends.
Well, that's why he's got the battle on his hands, and he's doing so well, because this is a fantastic... To come to any circuit you don't know, especially one like this, it's impressive, really impressive.
He's done a great job. Meanwhile, Conor Mills heading the pack at the moment for third place. Luke Simmons looking to try and make a move, gets into the back of Chris Needham. Needham getting a little bit squirrely. Tyler Reid, you can see Tyler Reid just thinking about this at the moment, counting the points maybe. He will see Will Gibson behind him. At the moment, he's going to take about... How is this the last lap already?
That's crazy, isn't it?
Reid's going to take about 20 points out of Gibson here and move him on to a 155-point lead. It won't be done and dusted for him on this race.
No, but... will he go for a gap? Because look what's happened now. He's had to go past Simmons in the bright yellow car. The two abreast in front of him. He's up one. He could get another two on the last lap here. But look at this now. Schlupp round the outside. Will he get a hip and shoulder? Will Kraus give him an elbow? Well, no, because he's not like that, and that's great racing. But will they be side by side? Oh, this looks tight.
Here they come then. So coming round into it. It's super move by Ollie Schlupp. Comes through into the lead.
Not over.
Schlupp's got it, but Kraus is going to try and fight back. Here we come. Kraus is going to have a go. He doesn't know the track, as Paul said. He has done a day's testing here. He's learnt from Will Gibson. There's nobody better in the field to learn from. The reigning champion out of Sonny's having a look. It's all going to be about that complex, isn't it?
I thought he was going to drop a wheel. Look at this. Will he try the round the outside? Because that's what he was looking at before. He's gone wide. He's going to go round the outside. What a move for the win. And a big slide on the exit. Full power. Top man.
Oh, he's going to have a go back now. Ollie Schlupp's going to have a dive down the inside. No, he isn't. And Kraus defends, takes the right line into the hairpin. Super stuff from Trevor Kraus. Is he going to take it? Now, Schlupp comes out of the corner. Pedal to the metal, but he's not going to do it. And Kraus, the American, gets his first Legends win. He wins it. Kraus wins. Ollie Schlupp second. Chris Needham third. Completing the podium. Tyler Reid comes through in fourth place ahead of Conor Mills. Will Gibson is next up. Here's a replay.
Wow, Schlupp in the 9 on the right-hand side, slows early, but look, round the outside, Kraus is oversteering the front wheels. Looks like he's on a different set of tyres than Ollie Schlupp. Absolutely brilliant. Hot dog.
Do you know, the lock-up there, that reminds me, do you remember the Formula 1 clip of Piquet going past Senna and locking up? Not quite as severe as the Piquet Senna, but a similarity. Yeah. Brilliant work. Great work from both drivers.
Great stuff.
That's why we love the Legends. I know a lot of people want the Legends back on the package a little bit more regularly next year. We would love it as well. Super racing. And it always amazes me. We've had a couple of American drivers come over. They're always quick. People say the Americans don't travel much, and they have to race on limited number of circuits because the geography is massive. They can't go far to tracks. But then they come to new tracks, and they do so well.
This will be more like an American track as well, because it's old school.
Yeah.
I can't wait for this interview. Kraus better not let me down. I want to see full Talladega nights. What
will he do with his hands?
I don't know. He'll do something weird, I reckon, but brilliant. This is great to see. Great, that was a fantastic... To do that round the outside, you're really hanging on to that tyre. You really are.
Yeah, absolutely mega racing from the left. It's great to see. What a treat for the fans here and our viewers to see a young American, 19 years of age, from, let's say, Maine, New England, over racing the World Championships last year. I'm trying to talk him into coming over and doing the Formula Ford Festival later on in the year. Yeah. See if we can get a team and a car for him.
We'll manage him. Should we run a team?
yeah, we'll do it. Well, everyone wants to know how they finished. And here is the result then. Heat 2 of round 9 of the Legends Cars Elite Cup here at Croft. Trevor Kraus, the young American, takes the win from Ollie Schlupp and Chris Needham. Tyler Reid 4th from Conor Mills and Will Gibson. Luke Simmons finishes up 7th from Peter Barrable. That might be enough for Peter to win the Masters. Marcus Pett 9th from Stephen Traherne. Mark Beattie in 11th from Nick Price and Nathan Anthony. Ross Marshall 14th from Chris Dewey. Then it's Owen Lawler and Ben Mahoney. James Pendleton 18th from David Bonser and Derek Hogan in 20th. Here's the grid, round 9 of the Legends Cars Elite Cup. And the front row, Jack Parker and Matt Knight. Then it's Ben Mahoney and Ross Marshall. Owen Lawler, the new rookie champion, is on row 3 with Chris Dewey. Fourth row, Nathan Anthony with Nick Price. They're followed by Mark Beattie and Luke Simmons. Peter Barrable, the new Masters champion for the Elite Cup, is alongside Marcus Pett. Then it's Connor Mills and Stephen Traherne. Ollie Schlupp and Will Gibson with Trevor Krause, our previous race winner, next to Chris Needham. Getting towards the top scorers on the day now. Tyler Reid is there. He's followed by Mike Schlupp, Dave Bonser, James Pendleton and Derek Hogan completing the grid. So I say well done to our Elite Cup champions in the Masters, Peter Barrable and rookie Owen Lawler, both with Paul O'Brien Motorsports. A great effort from the Irish lads that have come over, and you know, maybe we'll get more Irish drivers coming over. Some Scots maybe coming down and taking part in the Elite Cup as well. The more the merrier. Yeah, the Irish lads love it over here, don't they? They're always right in the thick of things. So yeah, looking forward to this. I was going to say, is it a done deal? It really isn't. You never know, do you, until they cross the line. On paper, without going the Brian Clough football route on paper, he's on tarmac, isn't it? On paper, yeah, it looks like tight. But yeah, absolutely, it could go. Will Gibson could get a maximum and Tyler could have a deal. You just don't know with legends. I mean, it was Connor Mills when we come to the meeting. He was in the shout with it. But Jack Parker's going to want to win. He's in the number 4 car, the outgoing elite champion. He's on pole position. Who'd have thought that? Rubbish day for him. And then Matt Knight alongside him. He's had a difficult day as well. Row 2, Ben Mahoney with Ross Marshall had a difficult start today. Great to see the Beatsons car in number 3. The Marshalls have done a lot for Scottish motor racing, and Ross a double champion in Legends cars, done a bit of rallying as well. He was in minis, Ross Marshall, as well, wasn't he, for a little while? That. Yeah, he thoroughly enjoyed it. He was talking to me earlier on today saying he loved his time in minis, but he's gone back to kind of a little bit of a spiritual home for him, Legends cars racing. He's there in the number 3 car. Yeah, exactly. The quirky little cars, but once you know how to drive them, they're fantastic. So looks like we're all lined up, ready to go. Let's hopefully get a clean start, Richard. I hope so. Quick shout to Andy Bird, one of the front runners, not with us this weekend, but he's having a reset after a few issues. Andy, hope you and your dad Steve are well. Look forward to seeing you back on track real soon. Here we go, though. The car's coming down. It's Matt Knight and Jack Parker. Parker on the left of screen, the number 4 car, the JLM car, and alongside him it is Matt Knight, the driver from Sussex. We're away, and Legends Cars Racing here at Croft for the final time. Ross Marshall breaks ranks this time without going out to the wall. Ross Marshall challenging for the lead, but it's Jack Parker on the inside that goes through. Marshall up into 3rd place. A big kerfuffle right in the middle. Stephen Traherne in the mix again. Then the number 12 car, the white and green car. Is that going to be another safety car? Are they going to be stuck in the gravel pool? Maybe. Will Gibson was in there as well, wasn't he? Right in the middle of it. That's it. Championship Tyler Reid. Sorry, Will. Hardlines, Will. Congratulations, Tyler. Yeah. And safety car being deployed. Will is going to be disappointed. Double national overall champion. Will, oh, goodness me. Yeah. Well, we're going to have to calm down. They've got to be careful here because we're very tight on time at Croft Circuit, and if we get another safety car, they might red flag it before the end. I don't want to sort of precede that, but we do have to be very mindful of time issues here. Yeah, a lot of people having problems down at Tower, and this place is mega now because they've got big LCD boards and you know, enthusiastic marshals waving yellow flags, so it's difficult when you're not sat in the car. I know sometimes you're unsighted, and that seems to be the problem of people coming down to that corner. When the safety car gets released, it's usually as they're going down to Tower and the safety car lights come on, so yeah, a bit of an issue there. So what happened here with Will Gibson in the number 1? It was a great start, wasn't it? Yeah. They were like, I literally thought we're going to have a problem at the front here. There was no problems at all. There was a little bit of kerfuffle. Will Gibson had absolutely nothing to do with that. Right. By the looks of it, a car got rotated in the middle. If we look at it from behind, the car got rotated in the middle. He's in the middle of your screen on your left, isn't he, Will Gibson? The number 1 with the orange top and the white bottom. And you've got his teammate Trevor Krause on the right-hand side. But what happens, I'm sure he just has to just drive off the circuit in avoidance because somebody gets tagged and has a rotation in the middle. Keep looking at that car in the middle of your screen. Number 1 does nothing. A little bit of rotation because people are, he just drove off. There was a lot of bumping ahead that caused the issues there. Yeah, that's a shame. We saw Mark Beattie had a little bump. He's hoping to win the team championship in the number 11 car. It's the shared car title, which is up for grabs. This is another look. So we look at 11. Did that kick it off or not? Mark's down the inside of Nathan Anthony in yellow. He rides the curbs, and it's just, maybe it was a little bit further back. That Marcus Pett in the 79 spins around. He's not had a good day today after being on the podium yesterday.
Yeah, I think some of it, to be fair, was they were all taking the curb at Clairvaux, the first curb, and it was bouncing the cars. And what happens then is you can't get on the power because you've got to wait for the bounce to dissipate, and then you can get on the throttle and drive out. When you do that, people then start checking up, and then next minute you're into the back of the car in front, then again. But watch this as you come down to Tower. Safety car on the right. Watch, you should see there, bang, it's on. But then people are 3 and 4 abreast. They haven't seen it yet, and I don't think that was anything to do with the lights. I just think it was just close quarters, wasn't it? Was that Nathan Anthony?
It was, yeah, good shout, yeah.
Yeah, in the van.
The Savan.
The Savan.
The Savannah Man.
So yeah, what a
there is Will.
nightmare. Gutted for him.
It is a shame for him, but he's won 2 outright championships. The outright championship continues. The Elite Cup we've been talking about today is part of the overall championship, which will continue. We've got more races for Legends, which will take place at Alton Park. They have another round and a double-header at Snetterton to wrap things up a little bit later on in the year to determine the overall champion. But the premium event, the Elite Event Cup, well done Tyler Reid, as we watch Jack Parker, who wants to go out with a win. Jack's been not had the rub of the green with the new engine, to be perfectly honest. He was, as I say, the outgoing Elite Cup winner, having won it last year at Knock Hill, and he'd love to go out with a win today.
How interesting is it to see how small those cars are compared to that Porsche safety car? You don't really see it when you've got them all together, and you're like, oh, they look cool, and then somebody puts a road car on track. It looks like you could drive over the top of it.
They're a really popular car. I mean, as we've talked about in the earlier races, a World Championship takes place every year. They race in Scandinavia, they race all over Europe, all over the UK. There's a short oval version that races as well. And so it's a very well supported product, very popular product, and it's been around the commentary, or it's been around the race scene almost as long as I've been around the commentary box. So it's quite a long. Yeah, don't be like that.
100 years.
Yeah, thanks, mate. Yeah, thanks very much. But yeah, it's been popular. I think I've worked on it at some point in every year apart from one. So it's been, even if it's just one meeting a year like today, but it's been fun. Look, and the fans have stayed to watch.
Yeah, that's because they know it's entertainment. So hopefully we get given hello.
Hey.
Oh, it's funny walking up here. You know the guy that we've seen with the blonde wig on, and a crop top.
Yeah.
Literally, I've just seen him and said, "Don't watch the telly when you got home," and all his mates were laughing. So yeah, it's good to see everyone out for us. Do you know what, the crowd here? I always forget how enthusiastic they are.
Lovely group.
Literally everybody wants to chat to you and have a selfie. They're just such nice people, and sometimes life can be difficult in general, can't it? And you come to a racetrack, especially up here, and everyone's so happy to see. It's just nice, just nice.
Yeah, I was talking earlier on about, where's the buzz? We get the buzz off the track, but I get more of a buzz off the people that I talk to in and around the paddock, the fans and the teams. Yeah, just a super community we have.
Yeah, we're very, very fortunate to have enthusiastic fans. So yeah, so there's Will's car getting dragged away. Really didn't want to see that, to be fair. Not this picture, that's fine. People are nice. But yeah, the Gibson car getting towed away is really sad. But the Pink Panther, is he still in the back? Is he still in the back? He's in the back. He's hanging on in there through Jim Clark. That's his lad.
Derek Hogan there. Well, that's great. And again, the youngsters, they love the cars anyway, but then you've got that extra little draw of a cartoon character or the Disney movie themed cars. Here's our champion coming through, the red car. I have to say provisional, just in case.
Yeah, he'll know.
Phil Cooper, the Legends boss, he always says the fixtures are out, Richard. The fixtures are provisional until the race is run, and then the result is provisional.
Oh, mate.
I love that. Oh, never tire of that one.
That's just like proper stuff, isn't it? That's old school.
Yeah.
Lights are out, lad.
Yeah, we're about to go racing again. So we've got lap 3 of 8, so slightly extended final to allow the top point scorers who start at the back in this one a chance to maybe come through. Are we going to see Jack Parker, who didn't score so well in the heats? We've had that DNF going off into the field, very nearly rolling earlier on, but that means that he gets a good chance in this one. He gets a good run on the likes of Trevor Krause and potentially our new champion as well, Tyler Reid. So we will see how that goes. Jack Parker about to lead Matt Knight down across the line with Ross Marshall in third place. Remember, it was the first turn incident, the first corner incident that set the safety car out. And the KZ engines go past us here at Croft. Change for fourth place, Peter Barrell, the new Masters champion, Goes past the number 11 car, who's leading the Team Cup at the moment. And that's Nathan Anthony. Gravel delivery in the van.
He locked it all up, didn't he, into turn one. They're absolutely flat out now through the chicane. There's already big gaps appearing, but what's going to go on here? Barrable, he's having a look, he's having a look, he's having a look, he's having a look. And there you go, he's down the inside. Does he know he's backed out of it? He's going to try and get a switch back, isn't he, in the 88? Ooh, got to be careful with these bars on the front. You could easily catch them and end up getting stuck to the car in front.
Fifth place car there, Mark Beattie in the two-mater lookalike. He's actually 11. He's the second mater car, which is a team car put together by James Newbury and the team this year. He's leading the team's championship at the moment. And so if he finishes well here, Mark Beattie, who is local to this track, then he may well take the team title in the car that has been shared by John Critchlow from Scotland. Stuart McAndrews had a go in it, and Lawrence Davies, a Legends name we haven't heard for a while, has driven that car as well. But Mark Beattie getting the points this weekend.
I was talking to Aidan Hills as well. I think he was thinking of having a go at this, the Super Cup and trophy racer. He was telling me he was having a look at this earlier in the year as well. So some good names. Having a look is Barrable, and I think he's got the job done, hasn't he?
Yeah, as passes Ross Marshall, so the Irishman goes up into third position on a potential pay. Look, they all want to finish with this last race win here on a massive weekend for UK Legends. Across the line they go. Parker under pressure here. Matt Knight's going to have a go. The Shoreham man goes through. One up for Sussex. This is a Sussex prepared car, of course, a Mickle Motorsport car with Jack Parker in the mix, the Midlander chasing him, and then the Irishman going through as well in third place, the Scotsman behind. It's making a joke there, isn't it? Two Englishmen, an Irishman and a Scotsman go into Tower Corner. How it's going to work out, I don't know, but let's see whether Ross Marshall here keeping a watching brief. Here comes Barrable. What's he going to do? No, they're bump drafting first and second. Barrable gets on the mix and slices past.
Yeah, good job that was. Shocked him into it. Barrable's come from kind of nowhere, isn't he, here, and he's on the power early. But I've got to say, number 4 there, Parker's looking pretty good. 4 into Jim Clarkette's flat out.
Yeah, Parker having a good run. Remember from the last race, nobody wants to, technically it's a bit like coaching racing, you don't always want to be in the lead going into the last lap unless you've got a decent lead to break away. Krause is coming through as well.
Is he going to have hung on to that? He's still... How's he saved that? That was Connor Mills, I think.
Yeah, it was. Connor's trying to hang on to our young American hero. I'll tell you what, this is a great drive by Matt Knight here, Paul.
This is proper stuff by Matt. I mean, fair play. This is to hold off the marauding pack is pretty. And he's hitting every apex. Barrable's fast, and Barrable's got a bit of a problem behind, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has. Jack Parker started on pole, can sit back and maybe relish the opportunity to try and chase down the race leaders now as they come out of the hairpin once again. We look a little bit further back. There's Ollie Schlupp. There's our provisional champion, Tyler Reid. Took 2 wins yesterday, had a win earlier on today. Now they break ranks. Barrable goes for the lead, round the outside, down into Clervo. Isn't going to be able to do it there. Will he look for the cutback? There isn't room, but he's giving notice of intent for Matt Knight out front. See whether Barrable can have another go. He's dropped back a little bit now into the clutches of Jack Parker, so Parker having a little bit of a renaissance. Runs wide, no he doesn't, he loses out now. Look, as Parker's got a problem, he drops back, and Krause has come up into 4th now. The American up into 4th from virtually the back of the grid and challenging for 3rd, the orange and white car, but it's side by side for the lead. Barrable going around the outside at Tower. He's fighting it out. Barrable, can he hold on? Great driving from Knight, gives him the room.
Absolutely brilliant, but Barrable had no answer to Matt. Look at this, up side by side still, and this time he should do it, but he's going to be brave, he's going to turn in, and that's a proper move. And look at the number 3, Marshall round the outside. Can he get it done as well? And there you go, done and dusted. Brilliant.
That was superb to see from Barrable. Wonderful to see from vintage Ross Marshall. Remember him winning 2 Scottish championships in that style. He's up into 2nd place. Now we've got the American joining the Englishman, Irishman and the Scotsman up front as well. Here he comes down the inside. I'll tell you what, Krause will know how many laps there are to go. He's all over the back of Matt Knight. Connor Mills cannot be discounted as well. In fact, as I said in the previous race, you can't discount any of them.
No, exactly. And look who's coming up now. Connor Mills, like you say, he's getting involved. Oh my word.
Tyler Reid's on the group as well, on the back.
This is going to get naughty, this is going to get very naughty. I can't wait for this, because we've got a fast old pack and they all want to be at the front.
What a way to potentially finish our racing here at Croft this weekend. It's Pix Barrable, the leader from Ross Marshall in P2. Let's watch Trevor Krause there in the 52 car, see if he can have a nibble through, but he's got Connor Mills right behind him as well. Connor needs to get a win to come away with some a little bit of luck, really, if nothing else. Oh, James Pendleton.
Wow, what's that? That's weird. That was as if he had too much rear brake on or something.
Yeah.
Something broke. That's weird, that is.
Ex-Dan Clark, can't know Dan's watching us today, and Chris Grieve had that car as well, multi-champion legends. As they get side by side, get into each other. Kraus trying to get... Well, I'll tell you what, now Kraus has been passed by Connor Mills. Connor Mills is on a mission.
Oh, look at the leaders. Look at the leaders. Marshall's really now fighting back, and look at this. Tyler Reid's right in the mix. Doesn't need to do this, but he's out to have some fun, and he'll want to win.
Yeah, he will, you know, and the pressure's off in some ways.
Oh, big slide on the way in for Barrable, yeah. They all get crossed up on the way in there, but they all seem to keep the momentum going, and that's a nice little move by Kraus as well. He's had a fantastic weekend. He really has shown us what he's all about, the boy.
Yeah, I mentioned about trying to get him over for the festival. We've already had messages about that, which is really, you know, the folk are keen to get him back and maybe race for Formula Ford, which would be good. But it's Peter Barrable. Sorry if I said Robert Barrable earlier on. It's Peter Barrable who leads this one, our Masters champion for the Elite Cup as they come. We've still got 3 more laps to go. This could still ignite. Yeah,
this is look at them on the pit wall. That reminds me of when you go to see kids karting and all the dads and everyone, all the teams are like firing them on with all kinds of weird hand signals. But yeah, this has been a good race.
It has been. Mark Beattie, I think, potentially doing enough at the back of this one to claim the team's title, which is the only one I think left up to go for the Elite Cup, and he's just at the back of the group chasing this group. Trevor Kraus just sort of watching back at the minute. Tyler Reid goes through, passes Connor Mills. Reid pass. So great shot there. Of course, Mills was original Elite Cup champion 2 years ago. And somebody's got straight on.
That was fast.
Oh, okay.
Bring us some corn back. It's Ollie Schlupp.
We said that in tandem.
Wow. What was he thinking?
I don't know. He's gone to get some barley, I think.
Yeah.
From the field.
Freshly cooked on his engine, that.
It will be, yeah.
Look at this now.
There we go then. Ross Marshall has the attentions of the new champion. I tell you what, the win is potentially in sight here for Tyler Reid. It'll be quite neat for our interviews if the champion bags a win. But Ross Marshall back on the case here. As I said, vintage Marshall today, having a good go. He is putting Barrable under pressure. He himself is under extreme pressure from Tyler Reid. Connor Mills in the mix as well. Trevor Kraus at the back. 5 cars dicing it out. Barrable takes a nice sweep in. Good confident stuff from Barrable. Got Chris Needham closing up. Still in the mix as well is Matt Knight at the back of this group, but Barrable pulls away again.
Barrable's got that black and white flag that you're just seeing, so the leader is getting a black and white flag. He can do this once more, and he's done. Trevor Kraus down the inside of Connor Mills. Can he get that done? Off the curb, you've got to be careful of that bounce. Oh, Connor Mills don't want to give that up, does he? But he has to in the end.
He is going to go for the flick back here as they go into Hawthorne's. Oh, no, he doesn't. He can't quite do it. So the American there, work together, lads. Do a little bit of working together. Jack Parker, as I can tell, he just come into pit lane and into retirement. The man who started on pole, but side by side with Ross Marshall in the 3. Tyler Reid still coming up as well. These two don't want to squabble too much. This is allowing Barrable to get away and hold a comfortable-ish gap.
That is a very comfortable-ish gap, mate, with this many laps to go, and yeah, they're going to have to start bump drafting to get onto the back of him. They're going to have to start pushing each other forward, but look at Tyler Reid. Tyler Reid knows he's got to go now. He's got to go now, and that's a brave move out the back. Down the inside, on the brakes, the number 6 gets the job done. Champion move.
The youngsters here at Croft, probably watching on the telly as well, are going to be rooting for that car. It's such a connector with the young viewers who dig out the cars movie tonight. Here he comes, going for the lead. Tyler Reid going for the lead. Round the outside of Peterborough, can't quite do it now. Barrable still in front, but we're heading into the complex. Ross Marshall still third under pressure from Kraus, but Tyler Reid knows he's got another lap to go here. What's he going to do as they come into the hairpin? They follow each other for the moment. Reid just sussing him out. He'll have a quick look in his mirrors. He'll see Marshall there in the 3 car. He'll see Kraus behind him as well. He may be even thinking about, here's the last lap sign. There we go, on to the last lap. I wonder if Reid is thinking about going back to him. He was top Brit last year in the World Finals, was Tyler Reid. And here he comes, goes for the lead. Round the outside, down to Clervo. Barrable on the inside, he's got the line. Are they going to touch? Barrable locks up. Reid locks up, pulls it all back in line. And it's Barrable still in front, but it's still there going sideways at times. Tyler Reid is all over the back of him. Ross Marshall back in 3rd. Trevor Kraus in 4th, waving and banging. Look at Kraus.
What's going on?
But now here comes Reid. Don't look at Kraus, look at Reid. Goes to the outside, down towards the tower. Can he get his nose in front in an
number 6 car. The champion-elect is going to try and do it, but Barrable's having none of it.
Barrable's having none of it. And how do you want your championship? Well, I'd like it round the outside, please, Captain. This is proper. It's going to have to be a lunge. It's going to have to be a lunge into Sonny. He's got to get through the Jim Clark S's. Look at Barrable. You don't want to get this on. Oh, Reed down the inside. Classic Tyler Reed move. Job done. Has Barrable got an answer? Ooh, it's going to go down to the line.
Reed got the car under control very well indeed there to hold on to it. And Barrable is passed by the champion-elect. Now Krause is coming up. Krause wants second. The American wants to add another podium finish. And higher up, he's got to win. Is he going to get a P2? He's all over. Barrable now has got to defend from the American. Are they going to work together just to get into the complex? Surely Reed, the champion, is going to take the win. How neat and tidy is that for Legends Cars Racing here? Krause is challenging hard. It looks like Barrable, I think, has possibly done enough to hang on to P2. But it is your new champion, Tyler Reed, who will come down and take the checkered flag. How out was that? Neat end. Reed takes it. Very well earned win. Second position, Peter Barrable. Trevor Krause in third, Ross Marshall fourth, Connor Mills fifth, and Chris Needham wrapping up our hot half dozen.
That was absolutely brilliant and fitting, as well as the rest of them come across the line, fitting the champion coming across first.
Yeah, that was it. Very rarely happens like that, but the Legends guys deserve, everyone that puts together the Legends Cars Racing, the admin team, the owners of the championship, the drivers, all the teams deserve that very neat ending, and 3 terrific races. The first time I think we've had, Ben Mahoney's had a little spin. Ben will be stuntman by trade and a great little driver learning his racing craft. Going back to what I was saying, such a great championship, very well deserved for everybody involved in the championship. The first time that we've seen all 3 Legends Cars races live on ITV. I know they've loved it. A mega weekend for them. And I think it's their first streaming or live coverage this year as well.
It is, because I've been trying to check it all out as the season's gone on, and even though it's been on British GT and things, there's no big streaming of it. So yeah, kudos having it on ITV4. And how good is that you win your championship on the first live weekend of the year.
Neat and tidy. Well done, Tyler Reed. So he becomes another name to add to the long list we've got of Legends Cars champions over the years. Super racing from the rest of them. Here's how they finish. Tyler Reed takes the win from Peter Barrable, our new Masters champion, of course. Well done to Peter as well. Trevor Krause, the American, comes through for third. What a debut for that name in the UK. Ross Marshall, the double Scottish champion, in fourth place from Connor Mills. Chris Needham in sixth, ahead of Matt Knight. Mark Beattie comes home in eighth, I think, possibly sealing the team's championship for car 11. Luke Simmons in ninth. Nick Price completing our top 10. Then it was Nathan Anthony. Chris Dewey in 12th from Owen Lawler, our new rookie champion. Mike Schlupp next up from Ben Mahoney and David Bonser. Derek Hogan 17th from James Pendleton. Then it was Jack Parker and Ollie Schlupp. Ollie and Jack having problems, along with Will Gibson and Marcus Pett and Stephen Traherne. As the crowd rightly, it was well worth them staying. They appreciated it, they loved it, which was absolutely wonderful to see. And we thank them for staying and enjoying the racing. Very, very well worth the effort. And this man is going to be so happy, Tyler Reed. The 21 years old from Weedon has finally got, he just missed out last year on the Elite Cup. It was down to not a TSL issue, because there aren't issues with TSL, but an understanding of whether a car had finished or not, and he was second position in the Elite Cup. And now, of course, that he's got the Elite Cup, he'll want to go on and finalise the overall championship, which, as we said, goes to Alton Park and then goes to Snetterton. But I asked him earlier on, if you win, will you move on or will you stay? I think he wants to stay with Legends Cars. He's very well into it, and we do get a host of defending champions coming to Legends Cars. Not many drivers want to move on. They can move on at some point, move up. Dave Newsham, of course, being a terrific example of someone who's moved on to British Touring Car World. Derek Pearce did into Carrera Cup. And some drivers do, but the majority of champions like to stay on and try and do it again, because it's difficult enough to do it once, but to do it twice, very tricky job. There is Tyler down in pit lane with George McNeil, the Evergreen Legends photographer, which is good to see. Will Gibson will congratulate him. Will, the driver who went out in the opening lap problems that we saw, and Will straight over to congratulate Tyler. It's half the job done.